what if I told you this lizard has a third eye? One it uses to spot predators from the sky. The green iguana is a flat-out master of survival, and today, we're uncovering the evolutionary secrets that allow it to dominate the tropical rainforest. You're never going to look at this reptile the same way again. For millions of years, the green iguana has been perfecting the art of living in one of the most competitive places on Earth, the rainforest canopy. It's a world of constant threats, intense competition, and a very particular menu. To thrive here, you can't just be good, you have to be an evolutionary masterpiece. And the green iguana is exactly that. From its lungs to its tail, every part of this animal tells a story of survival. We're breaking down the 5 secrets that make the green iguana a true champion of the canopy. We'll deconstruct this living marvel to understand how it climbs, eats, thinks, and fights its way to the top. So, get ready to see a side of the iguana you've never known. The climbing specialist. So, secret number 1, how did the green iguana conquer the vertical world of the rainforest? Life in the treetops is a constant climb, and iguanas are built for it, inside and out. Let's start with their body. Iguanas are laterally compressed, which is a fancy way of saying they're taller than they are wide. This slim profile helps them navigate the tangled web of branches with incredible agility, slipping through tight spaces where bulkier animals can't go. But their real climbing superpower? It's in their feet. Each foot has 5 long digits tipped with razor-sharp claws. These are precision climbing tools, letting them grip bark and vines with total confidence. Their powerful tail, which makes up about half their body length, isn't just for show. It acts as a critical counterweight, giving them incredible balance as they move. But the most surprising adaptation is one you can't even see. For a long time, scientists thought that super-efficient lungs were just for high-energy animals like birds. Our lungs work on a tidal system, air flows in and out the same way. Birds, however, have a unidirectional airflow, where air moves in a one-way loop, which is much better for oxygen exchange. This was thought to be an adaptation for the extreme demands of flight. Then, scientists looked inside a green iguana. Plot twist. They found that iguanas also have a one-way airflow pattern in their lungs. Air flows in a constant loop, even though their lungs are way simpler than a bird's. This system is incredibly efficient, letting them extract more oxygen with each breath. For an animal that spends its days climbing in the hot jungle, this is a total game changer. It gives them the stamina for long foraging trips while conserving precious energy. It's an evolutionary marvel, hidden in plain sight. The leaf shredding machine. Okay, the iguana can climb like a pro. But what's on the menu up there? That brings us to secret number 2, its highly specialized digestive system, a true leaf shredding machine. Green iguanas are almost entirely herbivorous, specializing in tough, fibrous leaves, flowers, and fruits. Now, eating leaves sounds pretty chill, right? Wrong. It's one of the toughest diets in the animal kingdom. Plant matter is full of hard-to-digest cellulose, and breaking it down requires some serious biological hardware. It all starts in the mouth. Iguanas don't have chewing molars like a cow. Instead, their jaws are lined with small, sharp, serrated teeth made for one thing, shredding. They work like tiny saws, tearing leaves into smaller pieces before swallowing. The real magic happens in the gut. The iguana's digestive tract hosts a complex microbial fermentation system. Their enlarged hindgut is like a living compost bin, filled with a cocktail of bacteria and other microbes. As shredded leaves enter this chamber, these microorganisms break down the tough plant fiber, releasing vital nutrients and fatty acids the iguana absorbs for energy. This system is surprisingly effective for a reptile, allowing them to extract energy from tough plants in a way few other lizards can. To make it all work, the iguana needs heat. Since they're cold-blooded, they can't generate their own body heat to power this internal furnace. That's why you see them basking in the sun for hours, especially in the morning. They're not just working on their tan, they're literally jump-starting their digestive engine. By raising their body temperature, they kick the microbes in their gut into high gear, making sure they get every last bit of energy from their meals. It's a perfect blend of behavior and anatomy. The third eye. Secret number 3 sounds like it's straight out of a comic book. High on its head, nestled between its 2 normal eyes, the green iguana has a third eye. This isn't an eye that sees images in the traditional sense. Known as the parietal eye, this small, translucent scale on top of its head is a photosensory organ. It's connected to the pineal gland in the brain and is extremely sensitive to changes in light and shadow. In the dense canopy, danger can come from anywhere, but the biggest threat is often from above. Hawks and other predatory birds patrol the skies, looking for an easy meal. This is where the parietal eye becomes a life-saving superpower. While the iguana's main eyes are focused on the world around it, the third eye is constantly scanning the sky. If a hawk's shadow passes overhead, that third eye detects the sudden change in light and slams the panic button in the iguana's brain. This triggers an instant reflex, causing the iguana to freeze or bolt for cover before it even consciously sees the threat. It's a built-in early warning system that gives it a split-second advantage in a life-or-death situation. We're about to get into the iguana's wild defense mechanisms, but hey, if you're enjoying these secrets, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We post new videos every week exploring the most amazing creatures on our planet, and you won't want to miss what's next. The defensive arsenal. So what happens when that third eye alarm goes off and there's nowhere to run? Well, the iguana is anything but helpless. Which brings us to secret number 4, its multi-stage defense plan. The first response is always to run for it. An iguana's instinct is to escape, often by scrambling into denser foliage. But their favorite escape route involves water. Iguanas are fantastic swimmers, and they often bask on branches overhanging rivers. If a predator gets too close, they just drop. Seriously. Sometimes from heights of 50 feet or more, straight into the water below, where they swim away to safety. If they're cornered on land, it's on to stage 2, the threat display. It will stand its ground, puff up its body to look bigger, and flare out its dewlap, the big flap of skin under its chin. It'll often hiss and perform a series of intimidating head bobs. It's all psychological warfare, a big, scary bluff to make a predator think twice. Those head bobs aren't random, they're a complex language, with different speeds meaning different things. If the bluff fails, the iguana unleashes its weapons. That long tail transforms into a powerful whip, which it can lash out with incredible speed and accuracy to deliver a painful strike. If the threat gets even closer, it resorts to its last line of defense, a nasty bite from those razor-sharp teeth. And here's a wild trick, they can actually detach their own tail if a predator grabs it. The tail will keep thrashing around on its own, distracting the attacker while the iguana escapes. A new one will eventually grow back, though usually not as long or impressive as the original. Wild dilemma and the invasive threat. All these adaptations make the green iguana a master of its jungle home. But this is where the story gets complicated. Let's talk about their relationship with us. The very traits that make them ultimate survivors also make them incredibly challenging pets. Many people are drawn to their prehistoric look, but few are ready for what they need. First, conclusion. From its bird-like lungs and internal fermentation vats to its third eye and whip-like tail, the green iguana is an incredible product of evolution. It is a creature sculpted by millions of years to be a master of the canopy, a true survivor. But its story is also a warning. It shows us that the wildness we admire isn't something that can be easily contained. The same adaptability that makes a species successful can have devastating consequences when its natural balance is thrown off. The green iguana isn't just a lizard. It's an evolutionary masterpiece, a seriously high-maintenance companion, and a powerful invasive force, all rolled into one scaly, green package. What do you think is the iguana's most incredible adaptation? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to keep exploring the amazing world of animals, make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching.